Our university is quite a high-ranking research university, so naturally many of our alumni also end up in quite high-ranking jobs and industries, as well as in research, academic research. Now, our university is quite closely connected to many large companies. To name a few, maybe I can name a couple of companies like Google and Deloitte. The major players are all here, and our students usually end up doing internships there and maybe even ending up there. And then a large part of our students also decides to start for themselves and start their own company. So entrepreneurial spirit is definitely an important thing that we encourage in our students as well.
What is really unique at the VU University doing a master course, that we always have group assignments, and within these group assignments we are really intellectually pushed and encouraged to think critically. We have to collaborate in one group with different people from different countries. There are conflicts, pressure, just like in a real working environment. But it's really like a challenging, task, to carry out. But obviously, you can make some friends, in this way also.
First of all, I've been to Amsterdam before and I absolutely fell in love with the city, and I thought it was gorgeous, and I like the fact that the VU is located in Amsterdam, so that's a huge advantage. And I was searching for a study within my field that I had very particular needs to some knowledge that I wanted to acquire, and what I really liked about the COM Master, which I followed, is called Culture, Organization and Management, is that it's a very unique program, and there's nothing like that in all of Europe.
Personally, when it comes to teaching method, I really like at the VU University that they have these periods, throughout the academic year, and we have really nice articles and up-to-date articles, like really good teaching materials, to better understand, the dynamics of that course and that specific area you are studying in. And you have these periods, and you only have to study and really acquire deeper knowledge, within those articles. And in the end of the period there is the exam, so it's really easy step-by-step learning with small proportion.
The uniqueness in our department is that we combine different fields, such as human movement sciences, psychology, physiotherapy, orthopedics, other health sciences, and that we combine it with experimental research skills. So that is what brings a lot of originality to our department.
Amsterdam is really amazing, it's like a really vibrant city, it's like the canals are beautiful and it's really small, so if you have a bike, you can easily, get around, really fast. Everything is really close, the houses are amazing. And regarding the Dutch culture, I think they are really friendly and they're really open-minded, towards, new cultures, they're really also curious and acceptable, towards new culture. For example, when I go around the city and everybody asks me, where I'm from, what I'm doing here, so they are really friendly, and they are also know a lot about other cultures.
Many students, of course, they look for jobs after they graduate, and a large part of them does that in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands we have quite a good system for that. Our government allows students from non-EU countries to stay for up to 1 year to find an appropriate job. We call that a search year. And then the EU students, so students from the EU area, of course they're free to move around and find jobs within that EU zone anyway.
I get a lot of support from the VU team. During my application process, they helped me with applying my student visa with the immigration services in Holland, and also they helped me with a student grant that I was applying for. It was quite complicated for me being international student, because I'm not aware of the procedure here in the Netherlands. So the team has helped me a lot with this, and they got to me back very quickly during the application process. Yeah, I was happy about it.
The application process is fully online, so basically students knock on our digital door and send us all their application documents like CVs, motivations, those kinds of things. And what we look at mostly is academic performance. So we look at transcripts, at previous education, maybe at the types of courses you have done in the past, the types of literature you've used during those courses even. So mostly it's that we look at the education. And then the second thing we look at is your entire profile, so your motivation, your CV, and maybe your thesis you've written in your bachelor, those kinds of things.
Well, one really interesting thing about the VU is that it tries to attract international talent, and the way that it does that is through the fellowship program scholarship. Once I applied for the master program, I also applied for the scholarship, and I was one of the nominated people, so I was really happy. So I got to come over here, and my tuition was fully covered by the scholarship, and alongside they also offer a lot of career advice, and they organize networking events to put these fellowship students in touch with major companies here in Amsterdam to get your career started.